Hey, welcome to the Team Babe podcast. I'm Jason, and I'm Babe.
And I'm Robin, and I'm Babe.
I almost said your part there for a second.
You did? You're
You know
going
how-
to say my part?
I almost did. You know how like when you watch like a new actor or something, and they're like saying the other people's parts. I almost did that.
Oh man!
But I mean, that's how scripted this show is. That's how on rails developed and produced it is. And I think we're going to prove that to you all tonight.
Yeah, because I know all your lines.
Yeah, and I know all of yours.
Yeah, so
obviously
that'll be interesting.
So we can finish each other's.
Excuse me. And the burp.
Fuck. Ugh. I mean, do you guys know how hard it is to write comedy like this?
You mean with me?
No, it's a craft. It's a lifelong commitment, to just like hilarity. That's what it takes.
That's true. I mean, I think I have tried to commit my life to comedy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
At like an early age.
Yeah.
It hasn't always paid off.
Yeah. Back in the 80s when you were doing that Eddie Murphy laugh. Yeah,
that people didn't like that, They
didn't like it?
No.
Did you do that?
No. I mean,
I was like, did I call it?
I did impressions.
Oh my god, you did?
Oh yeah.
Let's
I don't
hear
have
some.
any.
Yeah. You have to do impressions.
I don't have any now. I mean, I do impressions of stuff I saw on TV or whatever. You know?
Like you dance it out?
No, like voices.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Voice acting.
Voice acting.
Yeah.
Okay, like what character? Like somebody from Aladdin?
Oh yeah, for sure. There was a lot of the genie for sure.
Oh, the genie?
Yeah.
You did the genie.
Oh yeah.
You're a real Robin Williams.
Well, I mean, my name is Robin, so what
Weren't
can I say?
Boom.
Yeah, and I did some impressions. I mean, I did like an Eddie Murphy impression from one of his SNL skits and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, like
that kind of
Gumby.
thing.
I'm Gumby, damn it, or something like that.
Like when he was Mr. Rogers from the Hood. I thought that was super funny. But see, I can't do those kinds of impressions. So that's totally inappropriate. But when I was 10, I didn't know that.
Everybody would find out how racist you are. Right there.
Let's see. I guess the only thing that I could do now would be like a Trump impression, probably.
Okay. Well, that might be fitting. This is an interesting time for Mr. Trump.
I mean, I hate him. I don't know why I would do an impression of him.
Don't do it.
Okay.
You don't have to. I won't make you do that. That's terrible and cruel.
Well, I find myself doing it sometimes on accident.
I do too.
Mm-hmm.
I do too. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's election madness over here at the ABC newsroom.
But you know what the good news is?
What?
Back to you in the studio.
That's the good news? That is good news. Let me tell you why it's such good news. Because I'm a studio-loving mother.
No, you know what the good news is? That it's not election day again today.
It's not election day. Yeah.
Again.
Yeah, we're approaching a week past the U.S. election. And everybody's basically like, decided, man.
Yeah. It's been
decided.
It's been called.
It's been called, by the media,
And things are going into motion.
But, that lamestream media, as Mr. Donald Trump likes to say.
They're the lamest.
Yeah. It's been called, but Mr. Donald Trump is not, he ain't going to go out like that.
He had the biggest, most beautiful election. It was so big, people couldn't even see it.
See, wow. He did it anyway.
I know, I couldn't help it.
Thank you. Yeah. So it sounds like we got a new president.
Hallelujah.
Yeah.
Whew. But I mean, I had a little tiny celebration, but then I was like, well, gosh, it's not over until it's over,
Yeah, and it's never really over because, nobody wants to admit or talk about this that much, but what actual difference in our lives is it going to make, this change?
Well, I hope to see the face of Trump and the word Trump less often.
That would be great.
That'll
That'll certainly maybe happen. I don't know.
I think it will eventually.
I mean, you don't think they're going to, oh, well, you don't watch Fox News, neither do I, but he's just going to be all over the news, right?
Well, you know, like how sometimes there'll be like some really big, like crazy thing that's on the news for like ages, you know?
Yeah.
Like O.J. Simpson. Like we thought, oh my God, is this ever going to be over? We're so sick of hearing about O.J. Simpson. Like 24 hours a day, that was it for like 2 years or something?
Yeah, it seemed like longer.
Maybe it was longer than that. And then you don't hear much about OJ these days, you know?
No, not unless you follow him on Twitter.
I don't.
I guess he says some crazy shit on Twitter, I heard.
But do you know what I mean? Like eventually something else will happen and then less attention will be paid to this person.
Yeah, I would say, you know, pure entertainment value aside, which, you know, isn't that funny when you're talking about people's lives and, you know, shit.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it's a big relief, or it would be a big relief for business to somewhat go back to usual.
Yeah, it would. I mean, area. I think that we all, no matter what position you're in, need some business as usual because if there's just so many things and everybody's having crisis burnout.
Totally.
So
we got multiple crises.
Charlie had a great idea though for what maybe people could do if Trump decides that he won't leave the White House come Inauguration Day.
Yeah. And
his idea was that a Sasquatch or Yeti could be hiding in the bushes at the White House, you know, outside. And the Yeti would like wait for them to open the door, you know, to let the cat out or something. And then it would run out and, you know, run into the door and knock all the security people down and everything and make a beeline right for the Oval Office, you know. And he'd have a tranquilizer dart, like a bow and arrow.
Okay.
You know.
Yeah.
It's sort of like Chewbacca,
mm-hmm.
you know, and he'd like go around the corner, you know, where he could see like Trump like on the phone or whatever he's doing, shoot him with the tranquilizer dart, and then he would load him onto a dolly, you know, like a furniture dolly.
You really planned this all out.
Yeah, yeah. Strap him onto the dolly with some bungee cords, you know, and he'd be asleep, and then wheel him out, and nobody would notice, of course. And then he could take him out into the forest and let him go.
Oh, it's just like that he's a caged animal, a caged wild beast.
Right.
You know, and like he's been there too long. People have been poking him with sticks or whatever.
But you have to like relocate him to a habitat in which he's unfamiliar, so he has no idea how to go back home.
Oh, I see. Like he would have to swim through alligator-infested waters or something?
Yes.
Well, that's amazingly specific. Yeah, well, get on that, Yetis. Let's set it up. We need a contingency plan here.
Plan B, you know, just in case things don't go well.
Well, not to take it in a, you know, in a purely dark and political direction like I did back there. But what else is going on? You been doing anything fun?
Oh, yeah, dude. I've been doing so many fun things.
Like what?
Like
shopping?
Like
driving around in your cabriolet with the top down?
I wish. No, I was going to say...
I know you so well.
Yeah, you do. What color is my cabriolet?
It's red.
Close.
No, I got it wrong. What is it? Black?
White.
White.
The ultimate 80s color.
I don't know if I approve of that. You gotta be on the red cabrio, and you gotta have red Birkenstocks on.
Ew.
And your hair has to be dyed red.
I tried that, man. Okay, so yes, I was gonna say I've been having so much fun watching Schitt's Creek. David,
You do impressions. Look at that. You just became, what's her name? Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Oh, man. That character freaking kills me.
I always, and like I keep telling you, I always picture what your life would be like if you married that girl from Schitt's Creek.
Yeah. Or that type.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like how amazingly miserable you would be.
Yeah.
Even more than you are now.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, hey. Jeez, man.
What have you been doing for fun?
Zing. Well, what have I been doing for fun? Tons and tons of things. It seems like the fun just will never stop. I've been...
We went to a concert this week. Don't
Yeah.
you remember?
No, I do remember. I just wasn't sure if I was ready to go there yet.
Oh,
you know?
sorry.
I don't know if I'm ready for the teleprompter back there, to move on with the next paragraph.
All right, well, tell the folks about what you did before the concert then.
No, I'm ready to get to the concert. Yeah. So Rufus Wainwright. We saw. We watched the first part of Want One.
Yeah.
Want One, Part 1, Part 2 to follow this coming Friday.
It was good.
Yeah, it was good. It was
really good.
fun. I mean, it wasn't like. I mean, of course, it's not like going to a real show or whatever. But I mean, you got to do something.
Yeah.
So when I saw those come up, and we've talked about Want One on the show before, and how we feel about it, seeing that show and everything, but like, oh yeah, and the second one in San Francisco that we went to, but yeah, it was good, but it's not going to be in person live music good.
No, but I did appreciate that. I don't know if Rufus has ever done like a straight show where he's like made it through from beginning to end without having some giggle break or like.
But yeah, he didn't this time either. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, like he messed up a chord in one of the songs, and then they had to stop and start
Yeah.
pick it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my favorite part about Rufus. He is so silly.
Yeah, he is silly. It was fun. It was funny.
He's a great, amazing singer.
It was weird because it was like at 2:00 in the afternoon. So, I'm still working and everything. So it's like my lunch break is the Rufus show. But it's like, geez, man, got to do something.
Yeah, desperate for fun. I mean, I was happy that we got to take a little break with Rufus.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to part 2.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
And I thought his like little setup that he had in his house was clever because it was like a pretty small space.
Yeah.
But they made the most of it, and dude can sing, man.
Yeah, that guy. Every time I see him sing or whatever or play, I'm always reminded of like what a great singer that guy is.
Yeah.
Holy shit!
And what
Guy's
a
got
terrible,
voice on him.
how terrible marketer he is of himself. That was so funny to me.
I'm gonna make an opera.
It's like, and
No,
what?
I'm doing a Judy Garland show.
No, I mean when he was talking about his merchandise.
Oh yeah, okay.
On this particular. I mean, I think he did it at the shows we went to too.
Uh-huh.
Like trying to talk about like, oh, don't forget to buy a T-shirt, and to go to the bathroom or something like at an actual concert.
Uh-huh.
And then this time around, he's got somebody talking to him in the background about what to say, and
Off
he's
mic.
like, so you can like buy these T-shirts until midnight, and then it's just like this is like so herky jerky. It just cracks me up.
Yeah, he's like a pure artist, pure performer. I feel like that
He
guy.
is. He totally is. Yeah. Anyway, I'd love to hang out with him. I think he'd be a ball of fun.
Seems like it. Yeah, for sure. A couple of other, sad bullet points for Celebrity Corner. What's his name from Jeopardy died? What's his name?
Alex
Pat
Trebek.
Sajak?
No.
I actually drew a blank on his name. Alex Trebek.
Alex Trebek.
We'll never forget your name, Alex. We'll never forget you.
You weren't really that much of a Jeopardy fan. I mean,
Wait, is it Alex or Alec?
I thought it was Alex.
I think it's Alex.
I think that the guy that introduced him
Yeah.
just always would say it like,
Alec.
yeah, Alex Trebek.
Alec. It's some weird, like, Canadian thing or something. Or maybe it's like Inuit or something. Like, is Trebek like an old...
What the fuck are you talking about? No.
Anyway,
Yeah.
this is not funny news, okay? Alex Trebek
Yeah,
died. That's very sad.
I'm actually kind of bummed.
Yeah.
Because I was a Jeopardy fan.
I like Jeopardy. I'm not going to say like, oh, I'm a fan of this show.
You don't watch it
because it's just like, well, I did sometimes, every once in a while. I mean, I'm not a super genius.
Well, then you can't watch
like
it.
You. So, I wasn't drawn to it like you were.
I'll tell you what. Okay, I'm going to skip past our next celebrity segment to interject a new celebrity segment.
Oh,
Are you
okay.
ready?
Yeah.
Ready for this?
Drop it on me. What's going on?
Do you remember last night when we were talking about a celebrity lawyer that was coming to town?
Yeah.
And how you thought it was so ridiculous of me to think it was strange that Erin Brockovich is coming to our town or was coming to our town.
Yeah.
She's sadly already come and gone and we missed the whole thing. But we did enjoy having an hour-long argument about it.
It wasn't an argument. It was a discussion. It's not like it was heated or something.
No, but you were like starting to like, but you do this thing. Okay. Like, you don't even know you're doing it, but
Oh, great.
okay, but you do this thing, right? Where like I say,
idea.
isn't it strange that Erin Brockovich is like coming to like IGO
Yeah.
10 minutes from where we live or whatever because the whole place burned down, because PG&E, et cetera, and she's coming to do her thing to help the victims of PG&E,
That's
which
so
is
strange.
like exactly what she did in the movie.
Yeah.
Which all makes sense for her line of work. Okay.
Yeah.
But if someone had said to me at some point, like when I was watching the movie, oh, hey, like 15 years from now, this lady's going to come to your town, the real lady, not Julia Roberts.
Yeah.
And because you too will be a victim of PG&E.
But yeah. Yeah.
I'd be like, what are you talking about? That's not going to happen. Anyway, I thought it added to the strangeness of it all. And I mentioned this to you and you were like what? Do you think she's some kind of like big celebrity or something? And then you started to ask me if she was even a lawyer and all that stuff. I was like, all right.
I mean, I still don't know if she's a lawyer. She's like a consumer or a community advocate or something, isn't she? Technically, I mean, maybe she's a lawyer. I don't know. Maybe it's said in the movie.
Well, what? I don't. That's all beside the point, isn't it?
It totally is.
I mean,
yeah, definitely. I mean, I guess I just don't, I don't consider it to be weird that she's coming here.
Right. You're like,
because I'm like, okay, well, she's a consumer community advocate lawyer. She goes after PG&E. She represents, people who need it or whatever. Like,
so if you saw Erin,
like,
first of all, you don't even know what she looks like. So if you saw her at a restaurant or something, you wouldn't even know it was her.
I mean, if I saw Julia Roberts, I would. But that's as much as I know about this person, just like seeing that movie. So like to me, it's like not that weird. She's just some lady who comes here.
You're impossible. So my feelings.
This is terrible.
My feelings of strangeness were not justified apparently, because Erin Brockovich is a nobody, and no one should be impressed with her presence. So I'm going to move on now.
I'm glad she came here because I hope she helps people who got fucked over.
I do too. Yes,
but
I mean, I feel
money.
like that's the big guns. It's not like just some local yokel out there going, "Oh, we're gonna sue PG&E." I mean, it's like if you're gonna sue PG&E, she's your top guy.
She's your man.
Yeah, she's your man, baby.
And speaking of man, baby,
yeah,
another sad celebrity death.
God, this celebrity corner is like a Oscars in tribute or whatever. But yes, go ahead.
It is. We'll keep this one brief. But Sean Connery died.
Yes. And
007, James Bond.
what did we do to celebrate that?
We watched one of our favorite Bond films.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
And what was it called?
I don't know. Let me remember. For Your Eyes Only, starring Roger Moore.
Well, it wasn't on purpose, okay?
Yeah.
We saw some Sean Connery James Bond movies on the old, idiot flicker.
Right.
And we were like, oh, yeah, James Bond, that'd be fun to watch. And then I saw For Your Eyes Only, and I was like, oh, it's my favorite Bond movie from when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, I can watch that. And then I didn't even think about the fact that it didn't have John
Connery.
Sorry. Sean Connery.
We're really pissing all over the graves of these people tonight.
They'll never know.
Oh, God.
They don't care. Anyway, so what happened to you when you were watching it? Because it was so good.
Oh, man, it's one of the best. Yeah, definitely one of the best movies I've ever seen. I mean, it did have like pretty solid. It had some good action.
Yeah.
To it,
like
right off the bat, man.
Right off the bat.
There's like some fucking guy in a wheelchair. Like, I don't want to get too far into this, but yeah, it's a total nightmare, and it gave me pretty much like a Magnum PI level panty.
A mani panty?
Almost a mani panty.
No, wait, what did you call it? We had to write it down here. Stay tuned. What did you... Oh, you had a full panty and a mini mani.
A mini mani.
But it's not a
manicure. Like a manic
manicure.
episode.
But like a manic episode, not a manicure.
No, I didn't say manicure.
No, I know, but when you say mani, it's like a mani panty.
Yeah. But not that.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, because a full panty, I mean...
A full panty is a full panic attack.
It sounds like a full-size pair of panties and a mini manicure. That's what it... David.
Okay, well, thank you for the note. I will try to rework my hilarious comedy thing that I wrote last night while I was
this is my
sitting
revenge
on the couch and drinking wine.
For my Aaron Brockovich shoot down.
You got me.
I got you.
Yeah, so anyway, that was our fitting tribute to Sir Sean Connery. Was watching Roger Moore for a little while and then falling asleep because it was so riveting. But anyway.
Okay. So how about we get into? I mean, this whole episode is actually a celebrity corner. If you really want to get into it,
it really is.
Yeah, it's just one.
Just keep them going. They're not all dead, though. They didn't all die. It's not all about politics.
Yeah, I mean, one of these people on this list is still alive.
Shit.
Just one. Just one.
But that yeah. No spoiler alert.
Not yet. We haven't introduced it yet.
We don't even know what it is. They don't know.
We know what it is, don't we?
Yeah. Well, so the whole first part of the podcast, because we have a very outlined structure, and it's all written, carefully and everything. Like the first part of the show, we call shooting the cool breeze.
Yes, we do.
Because you have an insurance agent who said "cool breeze" to you one day as a sign off on like a phone call.
Yeah.
Cool breeze.
Yeah.
Nothing else. Click.
That was it.
Boom. I mean, that is fucking epic, for one.
That's still my insurance agent, man.
And and we'll be until the end of time for that.
He loves me. He wants me to come work for him.
Yeah. That's great.
So this section that we are just about to wrap up here is what we call shooting the cool breeze.
Yeah.
And this is also the Hawaiian meaning for the person's name that's in this movie that we're going to talk about, the lead. At
least that's what we heard.
That's what we heard from Greg Proops.
Yeah, Kanyu. Now, means a cool breeze over the mountains.
I didn't see the Greg Proops thing. Where did you hear that?
You didn't see it, but you listened to it.
I did?
Yeah.
On what?
Oh, we listened to it and then watched the movie, with at our old house with Corin and Amanda and Bailey.
But who's Greg Proops?
Oh no. She's got the brain rot.
I'm serious.
It's gone. She
Who is
has
it?
no brain left in her head.
You said my good friend Greg Proops told me that years ago, and I've never forgotten it. Who the hell is
That's
Greg
right.
Proops?
He's like the podcaster guy. He's on Who's Line and Who's Live. A guy with the glasses.
Oh, okay.
He's been on Harmontown. He's like friends with Jeff Davis.
Okay. Is he
on Harmontown.
friends with this person that we haven't announced yet?
Oh, you mean Can You? A cool breeze over the mountain.
Yeah, is he friends with them or something?
No, he just loves this movie like I love this movie.
Ah,
Yeah.
right. Okay. I this is starting to ring a bell.
Yeah, and he did a podcast. He did a podcast series where they talk about a movie, watch the movie in the theater, and then do the rest of the podcast.
And was it kind of like Mystery Science Theater 3000?
Well, they didn't talk during the movie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they watched the movie to preserve its integrity.
Right.
This episode's gonna be 3 million hours long.
No, we're getting into the good stuff.
Okay.
now.
Okay.
Yeah. So, continuing with our theme of, love stories, we wanted to make sure that we included, we're including all kinds of love stories on this show.
Yeah.
And this one is unique because I don't think anyone's ever told this particular love story.
It's only been told on the silver screen and in the hearts and minds of all who were of age to watch an R-rated action movie film in the 1990s.
I'll let you know a little secret.
What?
I did not see this movie when it came out.
You saw it in the 90s, though.
I did.
Yeah.
I sure did.
Hell yeah, man. I mean, not on the silver screen, but you saw it on the... Close. Very close to the silver screen.
It was a very big screen.
What, maybe a quarter of a mile away? At the most.
A quarter of a mile away
from the screen.
I was not standing a quarter of a mile away from the screen. No, I was referring to the size of the TV screen.
Oh, that's big.
That it was close to a movie theater screen size, you see.
That's
I'm not
large.
sure why I would be standing a quarter of a mile away from it.
I was talking about in relation to the movie theater.
If I was standing a quarter of a mile away from the movie theater screen, then it would look like it was the same size as the TV. Is that what you're talking about? I'm serious. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think so, but yeah, close. Very close.
Close enough?
Yeah,
Okay.
close enough.
Probably
close enough to move on. Back to you in the studio, babe.
Thank you. I'm coming to you live.
Coming to you live and in charge.
And in color.
Live.
All right. So I think it's time to reveal the name of the movie and this love story that we're going to tell.
Yeah. This is one of the greatest love stories ever told. Perhaps no one has told it. I think it's a beautiful thing. The love story in question is, well, you know it. You downloaded the podcast. You saw the title. It's Johnny Utah and Bodhi from Point Break.
You are correct, sir.
Yes, the 1991 feature film by Catherine Bigelow.
Yeah. Yes.
Female gigolo.
No. You just had to say that, didn't you?
Female gigolo. That doesn't work.
Not anymore. Just female.
Way to be heteronormative.
Oh, dude, you can't.
No, me.
No, you can't call me that on every show.
No, me. I've never called you that. If we had cool production value and stuff, then I would cut together every single time when I said that, and then I'd put that in like a little video, like pop out on YouTube or whatever.
Oh, that'd be
you'd
great.
be able to see
See, if you started doing that kind of shit, then people couldn't help themselves but to watch this amazing show.
even more than currently are? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I think that.
Because I don't know if the interwebs can handle that kind of traffic, my darling.
I think there's room for a few more. So, I don't think that people traditionally think of Point Break as like a I mean, they might think of it as a romance.
Yeah.
In the sense of the hero and the surfer girl.
Yeah.
Right. Like that's kind of. I mean, they tried to make it a little bit different, that storyline. You know, she's sort of a tough girl or whatever.
Right.
But they still had to put her in a 90. You know, so.
Yeah.
You know.
And he preys upon her.
Right.
You know, he knows that she's like she lost her parents. She's an orphan.
That's
or whatever.
right. He manipulates
and
her.
she manipulates her with that. He manipulates her with that.
Johnny Utah does.
Johnny
yeah.
Utah, Mr. Canyu.
Yeah. So Johnny Utah. I mean, first of all, that's a great name. I love that name. I
guess, man, it bothers me every single time that I hear it. I'm like, Utah. I mean, it sounds good and stuff, but like, when did we start naming people states?
I didn't do that.
Like with last names, like Pennsylvania or something. I'm Jack Pennsylvania.
People don't do that.
No?
Only in the movies.
I'm Jack Indiana. Maybe it'd be like Indiana Jack. That sounds cool.
Indiana Jack. Yeah, it's got a certain ring to it, doesn't it? We should make a series of movies with that name.
Indiana Jack. Starring Jack Black. He's Indiana Jack.
I like that.
Okay, let's not give this away.
Yeah, keep it to yourself.
Yeah, keep this one under your hats.
So,
folks.
like, where do you see, like, their love story beginning in this movie? Because just to set the stage, you know, if you haven't seen Point Break, I highly recommend that you watch it.
Yeah.
And since it's set in the SoCal surf scene, you know, like, where do you think, like, once the two characters are introduced, like, where does this love story start?
Yeah, so, I mean, you've all seen the movie. If you haven't, go see it. Watch it in the comfort of your home. I don't care. Yeah, so, like, Johnny Utah is trying to infiltrate this gang of bank robbers, man. And he's a rookie FBI agent, man.
Yeah, man.
Man. And so, like, his mentor guy, Pappas, I think is his last name. Pappas. Or whatever.
Gary Busey.
Gary Busey. He's like got this crazy harebrained theory, man, that these guys who are these serial bank robbers in Los Angeles are actually a group of surfers because they only rob banks for part of the year and then the rest of the year they blah blah blah, and like they found this special kind of sand that only comes from one beach in Southern California, one of the bank robbery scenes and all this shit or whatever. Okay, so Johnny Utah he's sold, man. So he's like, I'm going to surf and I'm going to like infiltrate their gang, man, and try to figure out who this is. He doesn't even know who the gang is yet.
Right.
He's got to get in and like learning to surf with the lady that he manipulates.
Right. He's got to get in the scene.
But then they fall in love. Okay, so that's that love story. All right? This is complicated, man.
Okay, so what about Bodhi?
Yeah, so the love story with Bodhi, I think begins... So there's a long period of infatuation. We're seeing each other and we're watching each other's moves and stuff like that. You know, like we're noticing things. There's maybe a little spark here or whatever.
Yeah, there's a little chemistry that's at play.
I think what really seals it though is the football game on the beach and the tackle in particular.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like a lot of like contact.
It was a full contact football. Like for some reason, all these surfers like played college football or something because they're like running like I don't even know football, but they're running like crazy football plays like
but
corner route and blah blah blah.
Johnny Utah was a football player.
No, exactly.
Yeah. So they all have to like keep up with them or whatever.
And so the guy named Bodhi, the head surfer guy, gang leader. Or whatever. Yeah. Like happens to like know Johnny Utah's name from playing college football and all this shit.
Right.
So it's like, my name's Bodhi. I'm a bank robber. I'm a surfer, and I'm a football fan.
College football.
Of college football.
Yeah. Right. So it's almost like there was a cosmic connection.
I mean, it says so much.
Right. And the sun was going down.
Yeah.
You know, there was sort of that golden hour, right?
Mhm.
And they're having a bonfire on the beach. I mean, the scene is sort of set, you know, for romance.
It is. It's very romantic.
And they were also wearing like half tops, as I recall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, as you do when you're a surfer
And a football player.
and a football player.
Right.
Yeah. And a
Yeah.
bank robber.
And a
And
mastermind.
a skydiver.
Oh, yeah. Don't give it away.
Yeah. So, yeah, that is where I think that's where the love really like is solidified. I think that's where like we know. We know. Maybe we don't know, but they know, and later on we understand that we should have known back then.
Right. But I don't think they know. Not in the beginning.
There's more rolling around on the beach, but
Yeah.
under far different circumstances.
That's true.
So
That's
what else happens? Maybe, you know what I would love to hear?
What?
Is maybe if you could like just give your like maybe 30-second to minute. I don't want to put you on the spot. So if you don't want to do this, don't do it. But I would love to hear just your synopsis of the plot of Point Break. I would love to hear just like, man, I mean, it could even go from where I left off. Like so he's infiltrated this group of surfers or whatever. So he's getting on the inside. He doesn't know they're the robbers though yet.
Right. He thinks there's some real small dudes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what happens from there?
Oh, let's say they go to like a really big house party and they have a rip roaring time.
Yep. Yeah.
Right.
Good.
Am I good so far?
Yep.
And then he goes back to work, but he's still got his surfboard like sticking out of his car and stuff because he's like, you know, kind of torn between two worlds, you know, wearing a suit and riding the waves and everything. And then, of course, he's got Bodhi like on his mind, you know, like all the time. He's obsessed, right?
Bodhi and Laura Petty or whatever. Lori Petty? What's her name?
Lori Petty?
Yeah.
Yeah. And they go back to the station and they have some cop talk.
Cop talk. Is that anything like coffee talk?
I know, it's like, and then they go, and then they go up into the Hollywood Hills and let's see, and then and then they go back to the beach, and then they meet up with Anthony Kiedis and some other guy, and they like almost have a fight because
you don't have to. It doesn't have to be this detailed. Like I'm just talking like higher level.
Okay, a higher level.
We don't need like I don't need storyboards here.
Okay, a synopsis.
Yeah,
okay,
like what happens?
I'm writing the Netflix summary. Okay.
Yeah. Well, yeah, not even that.
A straight-laced, cop, ex-football player, moves to Southern California and infiltrates a gang of extremely dangerous bank robbers, only to find out that he's actually one of them, and will go to all lengths to catch them, but there might be like a twist at the end.
Okay, man. If I see that on Netflix, I'm going boom. Let's watch that.
Wasn't that good?
That sounds great.
No, I want to hear yours.
Okay. Yeah. So, oh, how the tables have turned, my darling.
Yes, my darling.
Yeah. So he doesn't know he's a surfer now. So he's doing all that stuff.
30-second synopsis.
He's a surfer now. Okay. But so he goes, wow, this is hard.
Who's a surfer now?
Johnny Utah. Johnny Utah's a surfer. He doesn't know that these guys are the robbers though. So there's this other gang that they go after. There's an FBI raid. Anthony Kiedis is laying on a bed. He's listening to heavy metal. Johnny Utah is looking at him through a little extendable like mirror thing, and Anthony Kiedis is like fucking rocking out like to death metal or something, and like beating his chest and all this stuff. Like it's amazing. It's amazing.
And I liked his line where, you know, Anthony Kiedis, his name is Tone. Like Tony or like Tone Loke or like, I don't know, whatever.
Yeah.
And what was his line? It was like, where they're fighting at the shower thing at the
We're
on the
just gonna
beach.
fuck you up.
Oh yeah, yeah. But except he said it in this really strange way.
Oh yeah. I don't remember the line though.
Yeah, oh, okay.
But he did. He had like a really weird pronunciation, and he's like doing like everything he does is sort of like the "Give It Away" video.
Yeah.
Like I can't tell if I'm
Yeah.
a kingpin or a pauper.
Yeah.
Like is
It's
it
like,
going?
I'm going to kill you, boy.
Oh my god,
It's so good.
It's some of the most wonderful overacting you'll ever see.
Yeah. So like, I think that the thing that really sticks out the most in my mind is the scene where they're running through the neighborhoods of LA.
Oh yeah,
And
it's a
then
good chase scene.
Handheld chasing.
Mm-hmm.
It was like very ahead of its time.
Yeah.
It was almost like Cops, the show, or like, but done really well.
Yeah, you know what it's
And-
like is it's like that James Bond like Casino Royale like opening like
Yeah.
parkour chase scene sort of like
Yeah.
it obviously like like that scene was influenced by this
Right.
and probably all handheld chase scenes like,
Yeah.
through a like apartment and cityscape like that are.
And the fact that they were wearing their masks, the president masks. I mean, there's just something like very like iconic looking about it
Yeah,
in like 90s LA.
totally. They're running through like the washes.
Yeah.
Or no, he like bank robber. Bodhi goes down, blah blah blah, jumps over a fence. Kane hot pursuit, fucks up his knee, dude. Lands too hard on the knee, bro. Pulls out his gun and has it on him or whatever, but knows it's Bodhi.
He
And,
knows that it's the surfer dude.
He knows. And then he rolls onto his back and starts shooting. He just unloads his whole clip in the air.
What do you think that's all about?
I don't know. Probably like love.
Is it unrequited love?
Maybe. I think it's just he's torn between being an FBI agent, someone who's supposed to uphold the law at all costs, track down bad guys and put them in jail. And like he should shoot
But
Bodhi,
he just can't.
but he can't.
Do you think it's because Bodhi is like this masterpiece?
It's really because he's torn between the life that he has chosen and the life that he has recently found. Where it's
Oh,
like, I
man.
could just surf.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yep. I
Like,
can rob banks.
why do I have to? No, he doesn't. He doesn't even have to think about that. He's just like, I found this thing that is what I do now.
Got it.
But I'm in charge. I have to like shoot bad guys. I have to. Because
Yes.
Jesus said so.
Because he was trained.
Because Papa said so.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Papa don't preach, but he sort of does.
I like the scene with Gary Busey where they throw him in the pool
Oh, they don't throw him in the pool.
or whatever. He
He,
jumps
like,
in the pool.
he's doing like a pool competency like test or something like that. Like I don't know, do they do that routinely in the FBI
No
like
idea.
bank robbery unit or whatever? And like he jumps off into the pool all weird. It's the craziest like opening like sequence from the fucking thing on the gun range.
Right.
Boom, boom. You know, he's
Right.
yeah, in the rain
Right.
and all this shit.
It's-
And then it goes in and it's just insane.
There's
It
a
is
lot.
It's like cocaine fueled
Yeah.
to the max.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it sort of feels like, oh, and because it has that same guy in it, I can't remember his name, but it feels like
Wall Street.
as cocaine fueled as like Wall Street was.
Yeah, I agree.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. I agree with you. I think it was.
Marv in
Yeah.
Wall Street.
The red hair guy.
Is he
Yeah.
red hair? Oh yeah, I guess he is. I don't know.
Nicks
I don't.
and chicks.
Yeah, I don't know
Yeah.
what color people's hair is. Yours is like.
Don't even try to name it today. All right.
Yeah. Anyway, moving right along. That's my
Okay.
80-minute chunk on that. But yeah, so Johnny's torn, man,
Right.
and he knows who it is.
He's got inner conflict.
He's got the inner conflicts,
So when they get.
and also, of course, Bodhi knows that he's a cop now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Crazy. We're fucked. We're fucked now. And then they go skydiving a couple times. Like crazy shit happens, man.
Yeah. So to build up to the final and most exciting scene, which I would say is very similar to From Here to Eternity.
Yeah.
With the waves crashing on the beach. And,
Yeah.
You know, the two lovers rolling around in the sand. And,
Yeah.
You know.
Johnny Utah like fucks up his knee worse.
Right.
On the second whatever skydive thing.
Right.
Where he jumps out of the plane without a parachute.
Right.
Or whatever. And then Bodhi gets away, and then we cut to like 16 months later or something like that. And Johnny knew where to find him.
Just knew.
Yeah, Bells Beach, Australia, or some shit like that.
This was like before GPS, and he knew where to go.
He just
pretty
knew.
Impressive.
Yeah, because the 50-year storm or something, some shit.
Right.
Right, so he knew he would be there. And he goes and gets him. They roll around in the sand. Johnny Utah puts the handcuffs on him. They're handcuffed together. They're smooching. They're like getting into it or whatever. But he's like, no, I'm taking you to jail.
And he's like, no.
Because I love you.
I gotta ride this wave.
And he's like, if you really loved me, you would let me. You know, I'm not, there's no way I'm getting away. You know? So he takes the handcuffs off and lets him paddle out. The surf is massive, man. Death on a stick out there, mate. Somebody says.
Yeah.
You know what I realized?
What?
This isn't a love story. This isn't the story of a love story between Johnny Utah and Bodhi. This is a love story between me and the movie Point Break. Like, why don't you suck the movie Point Break's dick a little bit more, Jason?
Hey, man, there's nothing wrong with being a fan, okay?
Hey, you like what you like?
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
And I do like this. I watched it not too long ago, maybe a couple months ago.
Solid.
Fantastic. Wonderful.
It holds up, man.
Yeah, that's great.
There's one line that I wish Johnny Utah would have said before he lets Bodhi go into the giant surf.
Yeah.
That is, I never knew it could be like this. Nobody ever kissed me the way you do, Bodhi. No one ever punched me the way you do, Special Agent Johnny Utah. Wouldn't that have been great if it
That would have been great. Yeah, like a real strong homage to From Here to Eternity.
And then they could have done their Via con Dios.
Via con Dios.
And all that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
That would have been like a little more of a closure than at the end.
I have no idea why they haven't. Like, they could totally make another Point Break, man.
But the Swayze person is gone.
Sway's dog is gone. Yeah, not to bring it down.
Who would play Swayze?
Nobody can play Swayze, man.
There's
Swayze's unplayable.
There's no replacing him? Yeah.
You have any ideas?
Well, you know.
Brad Pitt?
Yeah. Yeah.
Tom Cruise?
I can always go for
it could be Brad Pitt and Tom Cruise.
Oh, totally could. Yeah, totally could.
Because, like, can you maybe... Yeah, this is an alternate reality.
Okay. Well, I'll say one thing. My love story with Point Break is really all about the font.
Oh, hell of a font.
When they do that opening font.
Is that does it like go together? Like it's coming from opposite sides of the thing?
Yeah, it's kind of doing this.
And there's the surf.
But they're see-through letters, and they're as tall as the screen. And that was some shit. And I have to say, the first time I watched this movie, I was mad as a hornet. But I do remember the font. And I was like, whoa, dude. Like, look at that font, you guys.
I've never felt that way about a font. I wish I could. That sounds fun.
And then the movie started, and I was like, ugh.
This is bullshit. What is this? Oh, shooting. This is some cop bullshit.
I can't watch this.
Yeah. Man, if only you'd known. You could have been so much cooler, so much earlier.
I would have been a lot cooler, yeah, like if I'd done a lot of different stuff. Yeah, this is true.
But then we wouldn't have you as you are today, which is perfect.
Oh, man. This is probably as perfect as it's ever going to get, so I'm really glad you felt that way.
Well, Well, I do, babe.
Oh, cool.
So, we regret to inform you all that not to bring it down again after we
You're such a downer.
After we had to deal with the passing of Swayze.
Such a downer.
Such a downer. Babe Words is on hiatus for this week.
Taking a break.
Somebody didn't do their homework. Me. We might have a Babe Words twist for you next time we talk.
I hope so. I can't wait.
Yeah.
Be
it's
all
gonna
about
be wonderful.
it. Yep.
Yeah, man. So, I guess that kind of wraps up the love story, doesn't it?
I think so.
We can assume that Bodhi dies because that's what, Johnny Utah knew. There's no coming back from that. You go out in that surf, man, you're dead.
And that's how he wanted to go.
Yeah, and he caught a big one.
He died doing what he loved.
He caught the biggest one of all.
Yeah.
Love.
So
true love.
You're right. I mean, I think you're right.
Yeah.
Like, on so many levels.
Mm-hmm. Like, I just want to know what Johnny Utah went on to do in his career. Did he I think he threw his badge.
Yeah.
Right? At the end?
Yeah.
So he's like, fuck it, I'm surfing now. He had that one last loose end to tie up.
Right.
And then I'm out.
Wow. Retiring from the force when you're like 25?
If that.
Yeah, that sounds...
You're just going to go surf.
Sounds
dude,
cool.
because you know what's important now, man. The point break. And you tapped the source, dog.
So how long till you start surfing, man?
I don't know. It's a little difficult where there's no waves. Got to get to where there's some good waves, babe.
Yeah, gotta get on my wave.
Yeah, if anybody knows of a place where we can go to get to the good waves, let us know.
So I hate to cut this short, and everything, but we have a date.
We do.
To watch Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
With Chappelle. Right?
Right after the election.
I'm not going to miss it.
The day when it was announced that Biden won.
Yeah, exactly. And
It should be interesting.
I'm somewhat hopeful.
Yeah.
I'm nervous, but somewhat hopeful.
Yeah, cautiously optimistic.
I'm getting there.
That's what we'll call it.
Yeah. Yep. Anyway,
yeah.
we'll keep posting that Sasquatch idea.
Yeah, definitely. Got to workshop that.
See
Throw
if
it
that
to
comes
a room.
together,
Yeah, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, cool. Well, thanks for surfing on my wave and everything.
Yeah, man. Soundgarden said, "Keep it off my wave." I say, "Get right on this wave, baby. Never leave. This wave's riding off into the sunset, riding on forever, forever and ever. It's a point break, and it'll never find my breaking point."
Wow. I like that play on words, dude. So, did you want to go hang loose now?
Babe, if I'm going to hang loose with anybody, it's going to be you.
Cool.
Yeah.
I like it.
And I love you, babe.
Love you too.